Hello, YouTube! Fnorty Buzzard here, and it's Nameless, episode 3! So we left off last episode strapping up both our Fnorty horses, Fnorty Horse 84, Fnorty Horse 84, strapping them up to the pillager wagon and announcing that we're not selling emeralds anymore. As I might have mentioned, I want to keep my emeralds, and I want to get more villagers to start trading. So I've actually already been on a little bit this afternoon, just doing a little bit more work on the barn. Maybe the back side of the house you might have noticed. This doorway isn't just a flat doorway anymore. I extended it, so now we've got this crazy looking triple roof coming off to the side. I kind of like that. And then just added a little bit more to the barn. So we've got these little overhangs coming off of it. I added some more beams on the inside just to give it a little more support. And then we will put our floor on this level, maybe even a floor up there on the next level. And then a fellow Minecrafter from here on Tis Tom's Realm, and also from my Discord, Amanda Lee, suggested we make this window bigger, and I agreed with her. So I made it a little bit bigger. It's a whole 2 blocks bigger. Her other suggestion was some bushes, and I think that would fit in nicely. So we're gonna have to eventually get ourselves some bushes up in here. But I do have to announce there's been a tragedy here on Fnorty Acres, a massive tragedy. I've got rotten flesh in my hotbar, and I'm gonna have to show you the source of this rotten flesh. Now, I know we haven't spent a lot of time here at my starter base in the cave, maybe only briefly mentioned it in episode 0, but I had a load of villagers down here we were going to donate to the community village, but when I was on the surface, I heard a lot of groaning, and yeah, there was a zombie in here, and these guys are all now zombie villagers. I'm gonna get out of here. I have thorns on. I don't want them to die. Luckily, we're on bedrock. We don't have to worry about these guys despawning for, like, ever, until they fix it, I suppose. No, he can break that door. I'm gonna get out of here so we don't lose them. We're gonna have to cure them up eventually, but yes, a tragedy on Fnorty Acres with our villagers. So I figured I'd chat about today's episode plans as we run through the nether back to the mega base. Today's plans are starting to get the base ready to bring in more villagers. Before I want to bring more villagers in because they do produce quite a bit of lag, and don't worry, I waved a rogue a few moments before I hit the record button. Villagers produce a bit of lag, and we had that stream where we were lag busting, and I didn't get done nearly as much as I thought I would get done, so before we start prepping for villagers, we need to tear down the pumpkin and melon farm, and we need to shut off the berry farm somehow. Probably just take the berries out and have pet foxes in a box. So we're going to get on to reducing a little bit more lag, and then we can get into setting up to bring more villagers into the base. So I ran into base here for a couple shulker boxes and a quick night's sleep, reset the spawn, and make it nice and bright daytime out there. And I wanted to show, this is one of the things we did on stream the other day to help reduce lag here on the realm, was item frames. I had all of these chests marked with item frames and items in them. So yeah, we switched to signs. It's just more friendly on the realm and just helps save on the lag when we get multiple people on. So here it sits, the pumpkin and melon farm. Pumpkins on the orange side, melons on the green side. This whole thing has gotta go, just like the bee farm that was here. We tore down a bit ago. I'm gonna rebuild it. I'm gonna build it down in the basement, and we're gonna do it much, much smaller because we don't need that many pumpkins and melons anymore. So let's tear it down. So there we go, we tore down the pumpkin and melon farm, but I made a boo-boo. I already recorded this clip once without my audio, me talking. I recorded a bunch of clips without me talking, so I'm gonna have to remember everything I said, re-record a bunch of clips real quick, but this is it. Pumpkin and melon farm. Everything to build a farm fit down into 2 shulkers, and here's everything we got out of the farm from the storage for tearing it down. So I'm going to move on to the next thing I did and talk about that since I didn't record my audio last time. So the next thing I shut down was the berry farm. I recorded a funny clip. It wasn't that funny. I didn't get hurt or anything. I thought I was going to, so I was like, hey, you know, I'll jump in here with you, but it was very uneventful. I just took out all the berries. If we go down here, take a look, the storage was beginning to overflow, so the minecart wasn't moving anymore, and we've got 3 shulkers. Actually, I filled 2. This one was already here. But if we ever want to get this going again, all I have to do is plant some berries in there and toss the minecart back on the track, and we'll get more automatic sweet berries. So then after the sweet berry farm, I came up here to the project of the day. I started tearing it out. We're going to tear this all out, get ourselves a blank canvas to start with. See, I'm working on ripping up all this redstone right now. We're going to get a blank canvas, and we're going to do like we had already done out here. If you can't tell, the farmers are standing on carpet, and underneath that carpet are their composters. So we'll get more areas with composters set up like this. We'll get some set up for the stonemasons, maybe even a couple clerics. We'll see. But again, sorry, I recorded a bunch of clips and I didn't have my microphone turned on, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get all of this to a blank canvas so we can start doing something with it. So I've got the blank canvas we can start with. Originally, I was going to go 3 wide and 9 long and right down the center. But I noticed we had a bit of room on the sides here, so if we go to the other side, I decided not to go right down the middle. I decided to go 2 wide on the sides so that we can still reach any of the villagers. That way they're not 3 blocks away from us. I'm not sure if I'd be able to reach and trade with them if they were 3 away, so we will have this one slab here keeping us from getting to the backmost villagers. So if we do 2 job stations, carpet on top, and then we have our slabs running out at that level, of course these are full blocks, we could do 1 on each side and still even fit 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could fit 10 more workstations here. Now, I'm not going to fill this max full of villagers, so don't see the amount of space I have and think I'm going to have a villager for every workstation. I put in extra workstations just so that way we can account for the sinking and desinking, I guess, because that's the thing on Bedrock. Villagers like to forget their workstations and pick up other workstations. So if we've got spare workstations lying about, hopefully that will aid our villagers in getting their job done. So real quickly, I thought I would demonstrate what these are going to look like. So we'll have our workstations set 1 block into the floor, and then we'll crouch place carpet on top. This is going to be the stonemasons. We've got our stone cutters there, and then we're just going to wrap this around. I like to leave the corner bits out. That way I can get nice and close, reach any of them that are hiding in the back, and then just drag this, falling in holes, drag this all the way down to about there, and then all we've got to do is get our villagers up and over and on top of that carpet, and they'll be working and refreshing. So I'm going to go ahead, I am going to get all the job stations I want set up, get all these little holding cells set up, and I might even get into decorating the room a little bit. So I was looking around at base at different blocks I wanted to try and decorate that room with, and I don't have any of my favorite block. I don't have any more cyan terracotta, and I am recalling that a new shop opened recently. There's a terracotta shop, so I'm gonna go check it out. I haven't been here yet. Looks like they sell the glazed variants and the standard. We want cyan. A diamond a stack. They've got loads of it. I'm going to go ahead and buy up some of this terracotta. So, the big reveal. Ta-da! So this is what it looks like. I know it's a little bit plain. We've got the cyan, you might have seen me placing in there. We've got these spruce logs. Those are still left out from moving the clerics in here. You might have seen we've got brew stands underneath the purple carpet here. We got ourselves some clerics. And as I said, might have mentioned, we wanted 9 on each side for our stonemasons. So now we have 9 stonemasons, all maxed out, except for that fella. So, to be honest, I've actually been away for a few days. Had a couple live streams. Getting these villagers sorted out was quite eventful. Bedrock. So villagers don't like to sync up very well when you play on a realm and you play with other people. So, because it took so long, this video is coming out ridiculously late, and I think I'm going to end up cutting it short so I can try and work off camera and just get all these farmers put onto the green carpets and get ourselves some butchers. Before I do go, we could show you where we're getting these guys from, I suppose. So I'm gliding in now to the base of our villager breeder. My villager breeder, actually. We've got a pair up there. They drop a baby. It falls down into our pond of acceptance, and I can place a minecart and then chase this guy all the way over here. So I made it, and as you can see, villagers, that is a brew stand. And this is why it's been a pain in the butt, because it's a pretty busy realm, it's a community, it's multiplayer, so I can't, really demand people to be offline, so it's gonna take a little while maybe, and that's why I think I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera. Somebody's online right now, which is pretty sure why this villager has decided to become a librarian. But I'm going to go ahead and do that all off camera. I'm sorry if the episode was short, and I am extremely sorry that this episode is late. But I've got some plans for episode number 4. So if you've enjoyed this one, as short and late as it may have been, please hit that like button. Hit me up in the comments down below. Maybe even subscribe. I promise episode 4 is going to be a little bit fun. We've been doing a lot of grindy stuff, and I got to come up with some fun things to do here on the channel. All that being said, my name's Fnorty Buzzard, and I'll catch you later.